Everybody, hi. All right. What's up, everyone? Let me find a good spot to like stand. I need a good Florida woman. That's a new one. Let me find a good place to stand. Maybe here? Is this a good place to stand? I don't know. I just work here. Alright, let's try it. Okay. I think that's working. Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. This is a new world I found. Isn't it cool? What's up, everybody? How we doing? The Yap Master indeed. The Yap Master indeed. How are we doing? Yeah, so this is like it's like a whole city out here. It's kind of cool. I really liked the lighting. I really like the lighting. This is one of those worlds where the lighting really works for my model. Introducing the Yap Master. Indeed. Indeed. Ooh, we have a Florida woman in the house. Get ready for epic adventures with Onesan. Let's do this. Indeed, let's do this. Let's see, what have I been doing? Ooh, I've got to do a little bit of mastering work today. Not on my own stuff, but on my friend needed some vocal tracks mixed and mastered. And I was like, I can do that. Thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate, actually. As a matter of fact. Which one is my... There it is. Oh my god, sparkling water went up my nose. Oh, that wasn't fun. Oh, that was uncomfortable. Oh my goodness gracious. How did that happen? How did that happen? Okay, my eyes are watering. I can't see shit. Is it too doxing? No, it was for my friend. It was for, Mixed Misses. Mazzy, she's putting on a play. And so it's like promo stuff. It's nice to know that, like, I still got it. I was listening back and I was like, that sounds like professional as hell. Okay, let's go. I mean, I've spent a very long time honing my skills, so I would think I would know a thing or two. But yeah, I pretty much know, like... At this point, I know my whole mastering process. I mostly use FabFilter effects for mastering now. So the way I'll do it, if you want me to explain my mastering process, the way I do it is, first I start with If I am putting saturation on the track, it's probably one of the first things. And then I do de-esser. A de-esser. So a de-esser is basically like a multiband compressor, but it only gets the top syllables. So those S sounds, because very often what'll happen is that like you'll get a recording of a voice, but like the S sounds will be a lot louder than the, they'll kind of pop out every once in a while. And that's not the fault of the, you can do things to mitigate that, but like it's more just a natural consequence of the voice. So you do have, there's gonna be a new horror movie coming called Mickey's Mousetrap. Oh my god. Can this be the ASMR video? And then after that, I'll usually apply either a glue compressor, a very light glue compressor, or I'll go right into equalization and make some like broad adjustments, or maybe even like some really subtle ones. Not the ASMR. Usually it's like, the first EQ is a corrective EQ. So I'm like, those frequencies that really like, kind of poke out every once in a while. I try and get those. I also put a high pass filter on to get all of the low rumblies out. And then after that, it really depends on what I'm feeling, but I'll either add like a multi-band compressor, or I'll just go right into compression if I don't feel like it needs it. My whole thing is like, keep it as light as possible. Keep the changes very light, very minimal, because you don't want something like overcorrected, right? Otherwise, you can encounter other problems down the line, and it's usually much better if you just kind of, keep everything light. Granted, some things need a little bit more work than others, so, you know how it is. But yeah, so I'll either do, if I'm doing a multi-band compressor, I try to keep it very light, because the thing with a multi-band compressor is it makes things very, very loud. Music mixing stream in the future? Possibly. I'm totally down to mix some music on stream. I would just need the right track and everything. I've done it before. Caught up helping my friend put some furniture together, but I hope you have a good stream. All right. Have a good one, Duckling. Let's see. Should we go down here? Do we want to go down here? Yep. I like it right here. I think this is a cool spot right here. What do you think? I think it's really pretty. Then after that... Oh, my secret weapon, okay? Here's my secret weapon for mastering. And really just anything. Pultec Equalizer. So there is one by Audio Obsession that's really good. There's one by Waves that's really good. But basically the Pultec is like this old-ass equalizer that was used in like the... I want to say like the 40s and 50s, and has just kept being popular. You can put it on anything and it'll make it sound good. You can really crank the settings, and it's like especially the treble setting, you can really crank it and it'll still sound good. So that's a secret for like making things, just kind of adding like some color to the mix. What work do you have left to do on a moment of peace with it still being a demo? Would that be possible on stream? I'm trying to think. I think Moment of Peace is mostly just the Helm synthesizer. So I don't think it's anything, I mean, that one's kind of in a state where like, it just needs to be like fleshed out. Yeah, not exactly sure how to do that. Also, let me make sure YouTube is coming through. Someone want to test out the YouTube real quick? I think it's working, but I have, I'm testing out the vertical stream too, and I want to make sure that it was, it came through. What do I mean by fleshed out? Well, it's not a very done song. By my own standards, like, okay, it's working, cool. Just checking. Yeah, I have the vertical, I'm doing the vertical stream on YouTube. So sometimes that can cause some weirdness with like what it latches onto. Thankfully though, in StreamerBot's next update, they're going to be adding multi-stream support for YouTube, which will be very, very exciting for me. I don't think it'll be exciting for anyone else, but it'll be very exciting for me. Okay, so after the Pultec equalizer, my next one is basically a limiter after that. We won't get TikTok insanity in the Yap stream. Yeah, not right now. TikTok thinks I'm underage, and I honestly, like, getting fucking verified on TikTok is, like, very low on my priority list right now. So it'll happen. I'll get it back. I'm just, you know. We have priorities. We have priorities, okay? Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, what do you think of this world? We can go a little bit, like, over here. I'm trying to find, like, a good, just, like, the right place to stand, you know? That can be kind of difficult sometimes. Getting the right angle. How many floors is it? Oh, here? There's this floor and a second floor. We could go up to the second floor if you want. Here, we'll kinda... Up, up, up the stairs we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. I mean, I could be, like, here. Something like that. I don't know. That's kind of cool, actually, with the... You get the god rays and everything. That's kind of cool. Also go over here. This is where we were kind of before. Whoop. And you kind of like... Yeah, it's kind of like that. I don't know, something like this. What's at the bottom of the building? Oh, it's just kind of an endless pit over there. It doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, like, on the first floor, there's, like, a hallway, there's, like, a kitchen, there's, like, kind of a, large couch space. I don't know what to call it. That sometimes VR has, like... So, VR will do this interesting thing where, like, there are rooms that make sense in VR, but they don't make sense IRL. Does that make sense? Like, it makes sense from a, like, why someone would want that room in VR. Hello, Illyra. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the YouTube. A rare YouTube viewer. We have to, everybody be nice to the new YouTube viewer, okay? We don't want to scare them off. As someone who's never played VRChat, no, not at all. Okay, so, like, how do I put this? a gathering space, IRL, is going to require a different kind of design than a gathering space in VR. The problem is, like, in VR, there's nothing tactile, right? There is, like, you have, like, limitations on, like, what you can, like, sit on. Like, I could sit on my chair over here, right? Sit like that, but some people don't have, like, full body tracking, so it kind of becomes awkward. So you kind of have to design spaces. It's like designing social VR spaces. You just woke up? I see. I took a little bit of a nap today. It was very nice. It was very, very nice. Do you want to get, like... Yeah. There we go. One of us. I know, Shadow Slayer gets so lonely over on the YouTube side. Just saw your Monster Hunter Rise stream, and I'm surprised that you used the same stream start overlay as me. Yeah, from Etsy, I believe. Yep, it's a good one. Gets the job done for sure. I am working on getting, like, custom assets made. I have someone who I hired to do, basically a brand package for me to get all my branding together. But he is very busy. He's a very in-demand graphic designer, so I'm being patient. But he's the one who designed all of my album covers, so... You know, I'm a little more willing to wait and get good work from him rather than same person doing the emotes. Nope, he doesn't do emotes. He's done, yeah, he did all my he doesn't do, like, illustration. He does more, like, graphic design work and yeah. Oof. No oof. Maybe it's a super secret emote creator. Album arts are all beautiful, right? Yeah, the way I described to him what I wanted was that, like, I didn't want my branding to be, like, your typical VTuber thing. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. Like, there's a reason why, like, current VTuber branding works, because it's effective. I want to kind of go in a different direction that kind of, like, subverts things in a kind of more thoughtful way, I think. So, like, instead of more, like, basically, like, branding it more like maybe, I guess, like a music artist or like an indie film or, something a little more mature, a little bit more thoughtful. I'm having a hard time describing it. Also containing, like, you know, like the floral theme and also kind of touching on the kind of post-apocalyptic theme that I wanted to really delve into. So, you know, it's a lot of things to consider, and he sure has a... Austin Glasgow is his name. Transfiguration, that's a 3D render. It's actually, how do I put it? So, the album cover itself, like, the framing, wasn't, like, it was designed by him, but it's, like, the album cover is a cropped, version of the show poster for Transfiguration, which was this 3-day event that I helped put on, and I did, like, the soundtrack for it. So it was a 3-day kind of event, kind of celebrating trans and queer voices. And wait, no, it wasn't 3 days. It was 2 days. It was 2 days. But yeah, it was this whole, like, art installation, and, like, we got a grant for it. It was a lot. It was a lot of work. It took, like, a year of work to get done. But I did the soundtrack, and then I think basically we needed an album cover, and one of the girls was like, I'ma just use this. And she cropped the PNG, and then she put it on DistroKid, and then that's just how that happened. Do I still have the full poster saved? Yeah, it's somewhere. I can post some of the stuff. I see in the Discord yapping stream. Is this some sort of puppy girl thing I'm not based enough to understand? No, yapping, like, yapping, like talking. I've been hearing more and more people referring to it as yapping, so that's what I will call it. I am currently yapping. Okay, I have a question for y'all. So I'm gonna pull up on my phone some potential YouTube titles, and you're gonna tell me your thoughts, what you find interesting, what you would click on, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. One idea I had, which I thought was funny, was why you shouldn't start a VTuber agency. I had that, so I basically just came up with a bunch of titles today, and my what I was thinking of was, like, I could do a video about how, like, people like to, they'll start these VTuber agencies, right? Because they're like, like, this is an actual thing that happens. Like, some people have started VTuber agencies just so they could have, like, this, like, pseudo harem of girls that they can, like, play games with. And, like, they have enough money to where they can fund a VTuber debut. But then they don't know how to actually, like, manage a VTuber, and then it all just goes to shit. And I just think that's, like, it is disgusting. Oh yeah, it's a real thing. Some of the horror stories around VTuber agencies, especially, like, smaller VTuber agencies, insane. Did you know that there is a VTuber agency that literally, when one of their talents graduated means that they basically ended activities with the agency. But they did so on not so amicable terms. They literally doxed her. They literally put her full ass name on there. Something that's a big no-no in the VTuber industry. That was, Wactor was the name. And then you have, like, Japanese VTuber agencies trying to manage Western talents with very different values and very different languages. And then just, like, not giving them the resources. Basically Niji Sanji. It's a big no-no in every situation. Yeah, it was, like, that agency is, like, as close to evil as it gets. Yeah, no, bad. And then, yeah, there are the smaller agencies where it's like, and then there's this new agency called Nexus, who, like, they debuted 27 new talents on, like, within 3 days. 27 VTubers in a battle royale style debut contest where basically the people who got the most attention, like succeeded and they got more investment, while the people who didn't get attention basically got like they were kind of pushed out. Like, there's some good talents that, like, there's this one girl who I really like, who is this yapper in my suggestions? Oh, I wonder who it could be. What was I saying? Yeah, just wild stuff. So yeah, VTuber agencies, like, there are ways to do it right? And then recently, Idol Corp, one of they're a pretty decently sized one in Japan, and they also have, like, an EN branch that's, like, picking up steam or picking up momentum. they recently got bought out by Brave Group. And they had even, like, Idol Group was like, they were founded on the message of like, we treat our talents right. We are ethical in our VTuber, like, in how we do VTubing. They even had management issues to the point of like certain talents getting like harassed by fans, and then other talents doing donathons and then walking. Like not fulfilling on the promises, and then communication issues. Like running a VTuber agency is hard and you should not do it. What would the actual video be? Just going over horror stories or explaining the benefits of independence? It would basically be what I'm doing right now, except edited. When it comes to Nichi-Sanji, all the drama and controversy originated from their EN branch, but I hear Naria Peep comes from the JP and former Indonesian and Korean branch. So the Indonesian branch basically got abandoned. From what I know, they introduced the Indonesian branch, and then they're just like, okay, you're on their own. Like they didn't get any support. They didn't get any like proper management. I don't really know about the Korean branch. The Japanese branch, I think there's a different culture around it. Let's see. People vastly underestimate how many bored, rich despots and corporate beneficiaries are involved in VTubing. It honestly, like it's a very exploitable industry, because you have these like young people who are very idealistic in their ambitions. They have a dream, right? But they don't have the money to achieve that dream. Money is standing in their way. So what happens when a beneficiary comes around and is like, hey, I will give you money. I will give you money. I will give you platform. I will also give you I will give you audience. It's just your intellectual property belongs to us. So all of the branding that you work to build up throughout the multiple years that you're with us, sorry, it's gone when you decide to move on from this job. Like, it's crazy. Nexus is kind of whack as well, but the way they debuted their talents is just weird. Might as well call their agency Thunderdome. Yeah, I think, and they debuted all their talents on this proprietary app that is only for iOS, so I wanted to see the talents, but I couldn't, because it was, like, I had to watch, like, a ripped, like, Twitch stream that was, like, streaming the iPhone itself. Like, about as high stakes as it gets in terms of, like, a VTuber debut, and it was literally their debuts were vertical video, white background, just them standing there talking to an audience one-on-one. They had like 30 minutes to sell themselves to this audience. Some of them did really well. Some of them, it's a very high stakes environment that's not something that like any normal person has the capacity to handle. So like, of course you're going to be nervous while doing it. It's just like I don't know. There are problems with it. And that's not to say anything about the talents, because, like, if you can utilize that platform and, like, get your bag, then fucking go for it. Like, it seems like Breathe, Flora, you need photosynthesis while talking here. Take it slow. No! This is yapping and I will yap away. Gonna start an agency, and once you start on, I'll just force you to produce music 24/7 and never stream or make videos. I mean, what are you paying? Yeah, and the other thing is that, like, a lot of the time the VTubers aren't even, like, really making salary. They're making, like, a percentage on donations and merch. And, like, you know, whether that's, like, a good idea or not really depends on the person. But, like, it doesn't give you a lot of... It doesn't give you a whole lot to work with. And then a lot of the time, like, you know, if the company isn't willing to support one of your projects, you just have to pay outright for it. Like, what else do you do? You'll be paid an exposure and a % of company stocks. Yeah, like Hololive is one of the few that has their members on salary, and I think that might be a big reason why you see them being very successful and having a high retention, because like their VTubers aren't going broke. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Granted, I think Hololive definitely has, like, issues. Every company does. But I think Hololive... I think they really invest in their talents, and you can see that. They invest in their talents, like, you know, like any other talent would. Like, some of these agencies, it's like... It's basically like they'll make the initial investment, the lump sum investment, but then after that, it's kind of like, okay, well, we'll pay for like a 3D debut, and we'll pay for like some model updates in like a year or to 6 months, but we won't pay for music videos. We'll get you in touch with record producers. We'll get you in touch with producers. We'll get you in touch with like sponsors, but like... bigger projects, like, we're not really going to take the risk on. And then that gets you to this kind of, like, cycle of, like, you know, the agency isn't promoting the VTuber enough. They're not investing enough. The VTubers get disillusioned. Their numbers are going down, but they're in this, like, tricky financial situation to where, like, they're kind of dependent on, like, this thing working out. And they have to keep spending their own money in order to promote themselves. And it just becomes a vicious cycle. And, like, I think some people can really thrive in a corporate environment like that. Like, if you play your cards right, you know, if you play the office politics, you can do pretty well. Hello, Cool Show. How are you doing? By the way, Five Nights at Freddy's is now 10 years old. Happy 10th anniversary. I have never played Five Nights at Freddy's. Never played it. I think I was past that time. I don't know why. I saw like Markiplier play it when it like kind of came out. And I was like, okay, that's just kind of a fun little horror game. And then fast forward to like now, like this whole fandom around Five Nights at Freddy's has emerged. And I don't really understand it. I don't really know the lore. Hololive, already good. It's just need increase its managerial staff in connection with gaming companies, because many Hololive talents and are gamers, and it's hard for them to get gaming permits. That is true. That is also just like an issue with the Japanese copyright system. So because Hololive is a Japanese company, they have to subscribe to, you know, they have to get permission for every single thing. Copyright works very differently in Japan. They don't really have the concept of fair use like we do. It's also, in the West, it's generally recognized that, like, video games are okay to play on stream. That's not necessarily the mindset of, like, in Japan. Japan just kind of puts up with it in the West. Hololive is mid, no Flora. No Flora, unfortunately. There is fauna. There is fauna. We like fauna. Oh yeah, Markiplier made it. Yeah, Markiplier was a big... It's kind of crazy how much influencers, like, have shaped the modern landscape of what video games are. like what's popular. And what better way to celebrate than debuting a game that soft locks you at the tutorial? Is that real? Is that real? Streaming Five Nights at Freddy's? I'll have to... Let me ask Uni about that. I feel like she knows more about that. I feel like she can give me a good recommendation. Fun little horror game is what I call my very day nightmare. What do you mean by that? Let's see. Yeah, but then you have companies like VShojo, which I feel like VShojo does a really good job for its talents. Like, I feel like, from what I've heard, they're very supportive. MILF, man, I love Flora. I need that hat. I need that hat made. Into the Pit had a kind of buggy release. Gotcha. She likes Undertale and Backrooms. She's definitely in the FNAF sphere. I've heard her talk about it before. I think that's definitely up her alley. I liked Undertale. I liked Undertale. Damn, I played it a while ago. Undertale is good. It's been a long time since I've played it. I never got into Deltarune, though. I hear very little controversy about VJojo itself, more about their streamers. Yeah, like, a while back there was a lot of drama with Silvervale and they... Maybe a bit with Nyanners, but Nyanners has always come with controversy. Do I play Monster Hunter World? I have it. I haven't really played it in a while. I'm kind of really into Rise right now. Though, they have been talking about, they recently, I think there was a trailer for the new, I think it's Monster Hunter Wilds? Is that right? I'm excited for that one. When I first played Deltarune Chapter 1, I literally got to the part where they start to explain the RPG mechanics, and I was so anti-RPG at the time that I dropped the game and didn't finish until Chapter 2. I think that's about where I... Not because I didn't like RPG mechanics, but I think, like... Sometimes turn-based RPGs I can't really get into. I think Undertale was good because it was kind of barely a turn-based RPG. It was more like a bullet hell game. I don't know. I didn't really... Maybe I could get into it again. I don't know. I just never... I played a little bit of it and then it didn't really capture my attention. I know to hell it's not called Monster Hunter Wilds. If they steal the Monster Hunter World acronym from my Google searches, I'll go mad. Monster Hunter Wilds. I saw the Gunlance showcase. It was good. I think it is Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm so sorry, Neo bro. I'm so sorry. How are you gonna acronym it? It'll just have to be MH Wild. That's just how it's gonna be. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I've been getting really into Monster Hunter Rise lately. Or just Monster Hunter Whee! I like that. Let's go with that. Anyways, okay, so let's see. Oh wait, if we do MHW Capcom, we get sued by Nintendo. I Google how to beat Toby MHW and get 2 completely different guides. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go through the other video ideas. So that was one of them, talking about. I guess I have a lot to say about VTuber agencies. I think it's kind of a, you know, could get some clicks. I don't know. Next one, let's see. Which live streaming platform is the best? And then in the thumbnail, there's going to be a little sub caption that says they all suck. That's one idea I had. So I multi-stream on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. TikTok currently wants me to age verify in order to stream again, and honestly, I cannot be bothered at the moment. So I wanted to go through, do a video where I went through every single streaming platform that I have used, and then just kind of talk about it. Let's see. Oxido, thank you for the follow. If your body were a prison and your arms chains, that would be the perfect place to serve my sentence. I love it. I love it. Also, how do you say your name? I'll just call you Weeb. Thank you so much for the follow. TikTok is a cesspool. It kind of is, though. It kind of is. An intense, deep, and eternal love, we walk together on dream paths, building castles in a serene world. With you, life is a blank canvas where we paint stories step by step. Oh my goodness. We got a poet in chat. Holy shit. Well, go on. It's not like I like compliments or anything. So yeah, I wanted to talk about how, like the different cultures. Posting whole chapbook in chat. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. No, I think this is original Shadow Slayer. It doesn't look copy-pasted. So yeah, Twitch. So let's start with Twitch, okay? Twitch has a culture of its own. So unlike YouTube, which is just like way too big to have any kind of one culture, Twitch has a culture. And it's kind of been building that culture up and growing in that way. So there's a very... Twitch is purple, Flora is purple, no argument needed. Okay, Twitch is the best then, hands down. No, but Twitch has a culture. The problem is that, like, that culture and also the interface itself can be a little intimidating for people to get onboarded to. I've heard this from many people, where they're, like, too intimidated to use Twitch. And I don't blame them. If you're not used to it, then it can be a little overwhelming. So it's for that reason that I think, like, while Twitch may have the most features, it may have, like, one of the more tight-knit cultures, it is kind of unsustainable because it's not growing. It's not growing that base. And at a certain point, you can only grow so much before you start, like, stagnating, and then you have to get profit from other ways. And I think we're starting to see that with the Twitch subscription increase. What would you describe as Twitch culture? I only really watch you on here. All the different sayings that come from Twitch. So like PogChamp, Phantom Tax, let's see, even like let's go. I think that's kind of, that might be Twitch. I don't know. I didn't really start hearing it until Twitch. There's so many like internet terms that originated from Twitch, so many memes Phantom Tax was from Twitch. It's a Kai Cenat, his stream. Well, there's a streamer called Phantom who appears frequently in Kai Cenat's stream. And whenever Kai Cenat is eating, Phantom will burst through the door and say, and you have to pay the Phantom Tax, which is you need to give him food. That's the Phantom Tax. If you didn't know. I also, later on in the list, I said I have another video idea called Brain Rot Explained. We'll get into that later. The cringe shit. But no, it does have a culture. The culture of rating. The culture of, like... One thing Twitch is really good at is, like, connecting creators with each other and connecting... Well, not as much audience members to creators, but it's gotten better. One time, there was a huge police presence on my university's campus, and we were all like, what's going on? Turns out Kai Cenat visited, and that's how I learned who that is. Yeah. He seems like the kind of person who... I mean, like, he had that whole thing in New York where he basically incited a riot. Yeah, a lot of these streamers, they get big and they don't realize the sphere of their influence. But yeah, it can get pretty, like, I think a lot of creators, I mean, they spend a lot of their time inside editing videos or, like, streaming. They don't really see, like, they see a chat, but that's pretty abstracted. But then once they're, like, in real life with people, they're like, oh my goodness, this is a lot of people. Okay, and then YouTube. YouTube is interesting. YouTube is in an interesting spot. I feel like a lot of... YouTube is annoying to stream on, I'll be honest. It's annoying to stream on for me. You have to create a live beforehand, and that live exists within, like, this instance, I guess. And then you stream to that instance instead of just streaming to your channel. And so it allows you to, like, you know, you can have a vertical stream and a horizontal stream. That's something that's possible. You can have multiple streams. You can also schedule streams a lot more easily than on Twitch. And that kind of influences the kind of viewership and the kind of streams that do well on YouTube. Twitch, you can get away a little bit more with just, like, hit stream, just go. Just, like, stream all day, do whatever, react to shit, like, react to TikToks, like, play games, like, do whatever. Just stay on as long as possible. YouTube, on the other hand, you could do that, but what it really prefers is more, like, event-driven stuff. So, like, things like, you know, Ludwig's chess boxing event, or, like, really look at any of Ludwig's streams. It's like, you know, I have to beat, you know, this game within this amount of time, or my audience can, like, choose a challenge or something. Like, challenges do really well. Like, streams with, like, a specific focused goal do really well, because it's not, like, the way people... Yeah, and the copyright system is way stricter. They'll ping you in the middle of a stream. So you can't do the same, like, reaction, like... You can't do the same reaction stuff that you can on Twitch. So, like, there's only so much you can do with, like... That's the reason why a lot of streamers do reaction content. It's not because they're just, like, recycling content. It's because, like, they need to fill that time. Like, the longer they are on stream, the more money they're making. And the longer they're away from stream, the less money they're making. And it is a direct correlation. A direct correlation. On YouTube, not so much, because you have the whole back catalog of videos that you can monetize. You have the live streams like afterwards that you can monetize. And like it's just different. It's just different. Let's see what else. So like basically the way you grow on YouTube is you have to do it all, right? You have to be putting out shorts. You have to be putting out videos. You have to be live streaming. They don't necessarily have to be live streaming, but it helps. And then, like, but yeah, the short form content and then the long form content. And then, like, you need to make sure on your main channel that you are sticking to one niche or format throughout. Because if you post a video that is not within your expected format that, like, doesn't do well, YouTube will deprioritize you in the algorithm. So it's very important for you to, once you find a format that works, stick with it and get that, you know, get that retention rate, get those people back for the same thing. That's why a lot of YouTubers will start second channels where they can just like post whatever, because if they post it on their main channel, it gets deprioritized. Didn't YouTube used to be the place Twitchers would grow on? It's a good place for streamers to get noticed, for sure. I think it still is definitely a place where Twitchers grow on. I mean, like, pretty much all of the VTubers I know of, like most of the VTubers I know of because I watch clips of them on YouTube. Like, I wouldn't know of them otherwise because I don't go like through all of the Twitch channels. I just don't have time for that. So that's why I'm trying to create this new format of video where I kind of, I'm trying to find a format that'll work for me that can be like easily repeatable. Because once I find that format and do it again and again, then people will start to expect that format. YouTube will be like, oh, let's recommend it to this people. It'll be easier for YouTube to find an audience for me. And it's something that's very representative of like who I am and what this stream is. And then there's TikTok. I need a drink before this. So TikTok is the new competitor in town, and they have shaken things up considerably. Hello, chicken, how you doing? So first off, TikTok is the only streaming platform, the only big streaming platform and social media platform that is not US owned. It doesn't have a headquarters in San Francisco. It doesn't, like, it's a Chinese entity with a subsidiary, I believe. I think the subsidiary is run out of Singapore. That's how I think it is. But the reason I say that is because it utilizes a lot of Eastern design philosophies within its entire ethos. How it moderates its platform, how it designs its platform, the font sizes it uses, the amount of information it provides to people, the kind of menus upon, like, all of this is like typical Eastern design. Because in the East, this type of design works really well for their language, for just how they operate. Like, if you've ever seen a website in Japanese, if you've ever seen a Japanese website, you'll know that it's like, how do I put this? It looks like it came straight from the 90s. I'm sorry, it does. It's cluttered. There's a whole lot of information. There are lots of different colors and stuff, but like, to us, it looks kind of like it doesn't look good. But to like a native Japanese speaker and user of these websites, it makes perfect sense to them. It just fits within their idea of what a website should look like and how it should be formatted, like how the information should be formatted. The TikTok section is just a clip of when you were banned for saying gay, right? Even the Japanese doesn't like them. Well, then I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But, like, I mean, like, even if they don't like them, that is the sensibility, that is the design sensibility that is kind of prevalent. So, when you design a social media app in that kind of context, for a kind of a primarily Eastern audience, then you get a lot of Eastern concepts. So one of the big things in the West that is people value greatly is the concept of individuality. Oh, it's tough being misunderstood. Culture cringes all around, but we're all part of this colorful mess together. I desperately wish we had the little Doyen outro instead of the loud-ass TikTok noise, right? The TikTok noise with the sub bass in it, like, why are you putting a sub bass in there? Like, if you're listening on, like, speakers that are anywhere decent, you're, like, it's just like, boom. It's incredible. I have studio monitors as my speakers. And yeah, whenever I watch a TikTok video on YouTube, that bass boosted is like crazy. Keep in mind that Japanese words are shorter than English words, so those rows of text on Japanese sites are an even bigger info dump than they were on old English sites. It's true, that is true. Replace the TikTok noise with that old THX sounds, go all out. That would be something. And put it before the video. There you go. What was I saying? So the Western kind of design, the way that these Western apps were developed and kind of, you see it in their design a lot. Like, very modern, sleek design. Everything's very, like, carefully considered in terms of placement, information, even in terms of, like, you know, intentional obfuscation of information, like when they obscure how to delete your account, stuff like that. All of these things are very thought out. There's also the concept of, like, individuality and, like, personal freedom, and, like, this kind of idea of justice, or like that's kind of like this idea of Western justice in a sense. It's kind of hard to, I need to kind of sort through these thoughts and do a little bit more research, but like I feel like you know where I'm getting at. It's a very Western ideology. And so far all of the major sites have, like, all of the major social media sites have been, like, influenced by that. TikTok is different. So TikTok is is based on a Chinese app, essentially. It's essentially owned by that Chinese conglomerate. And so there are certain things that it is totally fine with doing that other sites would not want to do, that they would feel like would be an infringement on creators. So things like over moderation, overly sensitive moderation. Vivari, hi. Hello, how are you doing? Yay. We're talking about the different streaming platforms. So, like, how do I put it? This very kind of draconian idea of moderation, where there's not much wiggle room for interpretation or like context. You're kind of just like, On TikTok, if you say the word gay on a live stream, you might just get banned just because of that. Is it right? No. You can appeal it. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Because it doesn't really matter to them. Like, the kind of fairness of it doesn't, you cross that line, and therefore you're done. It also is a lot more transparent in its, like, shadow banning. So I feel like with, like, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like, I think there is shadow banning. I think it does exist, but TikTok will wield that with like authority and power. Like, they are not, if they shadow ban you, they mean it, and you will see it directly. It's a very prevalent difference between the West and the East. The West believes in individualism, but most of the East believes in collectivism, speaking in terms of culture and ideology. Yes, exactly. And you can see this kind of collectivist, like, mindset in TikTok. It's the kind of, like, this idea that, like, all right, we all need to follow the rules, right? These are the rules, and, like, we all need to understand that if you cross the rules, then, like, there are consequences. Does it matter what your intention is? Not really, because, like, this is a society. We live in a society, and in society there are rules, there are constructs, and we need, this is speaking as like a TikTok, we as a platform have the responsibility to uphold the entire community, the entire collective as a whole, and, like, keep order, keep, like, you know, so in doing that, they actually kind of clamp down even harder on, like, messing with the algorithm, with tuning the algorithm, with, like, suppressing certain ideas, and with, like, bringing up other ideas, and censoring certain comments. And you see it in, like, very clearly in Genshin Impact with the co-op mode, right? In the co-op mode, there are certain words that, like, you just can't say. Like, if you try to say, and the like, even if there's a space between the words, even if the word is within another word, that is fine. They will still block it, to the point where you'll learn new words. You'll learn new bad words just by playing Genshin Impact and typing things in, because you can see what gets censored. Like, it's kind of absurd. Whereas, like, other games, like, you know, I would think, like, something like Roblox is a lot more liberal in what it allows. But it still has moderation, but it errs on the side of, like, it errs on the side of, like, we want people to express themselves. Genshin Impact, on the other hand, errs on the side of, we don't want people expressing these ideas. We don't want people saying these words and, like, influencing others. So what you get, and another thing, one more thing about TikTok that puts this all in perspective. TikTok has very little regard for healthy usage of their platform. TikTok's goal is to keep you on the platform as long as possible, and to keep you spending as much money or watching as many ads on the platform as possible. It doesn't seem like they feel like they have a duty to look out for the safety and well-being of their users in terms of, like, addictive behavior. When it comes to ideas, they're very strict about it. They'll put, you know, hold on. When it comes to, like, spreading ideas and, like, suppressing certain ideas, they're very strict about it. They rule with an iron fist. But when it comes to looking out for the individual protection and safety of like children on the platform, or like, you know, internet addicts, or people who just like are more prone to spending an unhealthy amount of time on the internet. It becomes like, how do I put this? You start to see some really dark patterns that TikTok utilizes. So one example that I saw, so basically the CEO of Instagram was describing how their Reels algorithm works and what they prioritize in the algorithm. And here's what he said. The content that gets shared the most gets promoted the most, because what they want to promote is human connection. That is their number one goal, is connecting people. So when you share a reel, they're like, oh, like they took the time out of their day to send that to another person. Like, we're going to boost that in the algorithm so other people share it with their friends, and then we can form this connection, right? And now Instagram, whenever I go on Instagram, I find the best memes, and I'm like, every other reel, I'm like, oh, I've got to send this to my brother. TikTok does boost things that are shared, but it is very, very, very tailored to your specific interests, your specific brain chemistry. So TikTok prioritizes retention. TikTok prioritizes people spending money. It prioritizes keeping people on the platform, keeping people clicking, and increasing dopamine. These two ideas, these two incentives are very different, and they cause a very different reaction within the person. You don't hear as much people being like, oh yeah, I was just scrolling all day and all night on Instagram Reels. But you'll hear people say all the time, like, yeah, I got really pulled into TikTok, and all of a sudden it's like 4 a.m. and like I've just been sitting here scrolling. Like, TikTok, literally never scrolled TikTok, somehow avoided that rot. I've spent too much time on Instagram Reels. I've also spent too much time on TikTok and other social media sites. But like, Instagram Reels feels a lot more like, it feels lighter, in my opinion. It feels less high stakes. TikTok, on the other hand, whenever I go on TikTok, I feel like I'm kind of being exploited. The idea of getting a new algorithm to show me what I want is too much effort. And TikTok doesn't even show me what I want to see. Like, I had to scroll a whole bunch in order to see one VTuber. Like, TikTok doesn't know what I want to see. And it keeps recommending me, like, trans content. Which is fine. But, like, some trans content is really just, like, there's this one girl, I'm not gonna, like, name names, but there's this one girl who just, like, she reacts to, like, cringe trans people, quote unquote. Just kind of making TikToks, and then she'll say the most, like, she is trans herself, by the way, and she will say the most transphobic shit possible. But because they're trans, she somehow gets away with it? I don't know. And, like, I keep getting recommended that stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care that she's trans. She's being transphobic. Why the hell would they recommend you, of all people, trans content? I mean, Instagram doesn't really recommend me trans content. YouTube doesn't really, like... It, like, TikTok found out, and then they're like, oh, yeah, she's the, like, we gotta give her all the trans people now. And, like, I'm fine seeing trans creators, but, like, you can tell it's very, it's all of the more, like, you know, it's people who are, like, instead of kind of sharing more, like, fun anecdotes about being trans, or, like, you know, making content that's more, like, trans pride related, it's more like, look at this terrible thing that happened. And I don't want to see that. I've done a lot of work to try and not have that on my feed. So, now we get to TikTok Live, which is just like, how do I put that? It's some of the most exploitive, brain rot, like, click the button, get dopamine systems I have ever seen. Honestly, it is, like, it is ridiculously, like, bold in how shameless it is. The fact that NPC streamers got so big on the platform should tell you everything. NPC streamers don't offer anything. They don't offer anything except hacking your little noggin with dopamine. Thank you so much for the hydrate. It is literally, NPC streamers are designed to exploit your brain chemistry and exploit addictive behaviors, addictive people, so that they'll be incentivized to donate. And I don't play I don't play like that. That's not my thing. And so TikTok doesn't promote me. So sad you missed the NPC train. Would have loved to see you die inside to make money. No. It, like, that shit is, like... The thing about it, it's so transparent. It's so transparent. You see exactly what they're doing. People are not watching this because they are like, oh, this is my favorite streamer, right? They are watching it because they can't click off. They can't click off. They are pulled in. Their brain chemistry is being exploited because we are animals, and it is very easy to do that. If you, like, you can design, like, that's why gambling is so dangerous, right? We're not very good at calculating odds. Like, you may think you are, but you're not. Get a stronger brain, stupid. Well, the problem is that, like, it's not adults, it's children. TikTok doesn't, you've seen how many kids get into my stream, even though I have it 18 plus. It's all children, even if it's 18 plus. And these NPC streamers, they don't even market 18 plus. They don't even market adult only. So, like, the only people coming into this are children. What I hate the most is that NPC streams aren't even true to the meme they were inspired by. Like, they don't even really act like NPC parodies, they just do baby talk. Yeah, it's so far removed from what it was, originally supposed to parody, because they realized, oh, this is actually profitable, right? It probably started as a joke, you know? Give me a gift, and then I'll say a line over and over and over again. Like, that's funny at first, but then they realized, oh, like, there is something about clicking send the gift, and because the latency on TikTok Live is so low, you get instant feedback, instant attention. it's like commodifying it's commodifying this like human interaction, boiling it down to the most bare, like literally just like, how do I, like, it's just like, I pay attention to you for like half a second, and then all of a sudden you're like, you get that rush, you're just like, I got paid attention to. I did something. I affected something. Like, it, yeah. So TikTok, that's why I'm really not concerned with like getting back on there anytime soon. I think there is some, there are good creators on TikTok, and it has the potential to be, like, I found some really cool creators from there, like Karma, a really cool VTuber who can yap even harder than me, and then Nyanix, who is like this really cute femboy streamer. Boiling it down to its most basic components, removing all the substance. Yes, exactly. Yeah, because, like, what makes human interaction fulfilling is, like, it's connection, it's intimacy. It's, like, it's kind of, like, this kind of back and forth relationship. But if you strip all of those feelings down to the bare, like, okay, what is that brain chemical that makes you feel the happy when you interact with a human? And how do we take that and, like, boil it down to the most basic monetizable action possible? This will be every stream here, for real on God. But what I like to think for my stream is that, like, I talk to you, right? I interact with you. I interact with your ideas. I remember your name, Like, I feel like this is way more... There's something, and, like, my goal is I really want to create something genuine with this. That's why I feel like TikTok is not TikTok doesn't promote me. TikTok, I don't really do well on TikTok. It's because, like, it doesn't really train people to be genuine on there. What's your name then? You're Neo. That Neo is your full legal name. Neo Bro 234. Why is your last name 234? It's It's Neobro the second, the third, the fourth. So yeah, I have a lot to say on TikTok as a platform. It's a family name. I inherited it from my uncle. Because 586. A. So yeah, I have a lot to say about TikTok. The problem with TikTok, the problem with it, and the problem with the modern state of the streaming industry is that none of this shit is actually profitable. Live streaming takes up an enormous amount of bandwidth, far more than what they are getting in return. Twitch is burning money. They are trying everything they can to become a profitable business, and they are flailing. YouTube can take the hit because their ad business is so profitable that, like, even if their live streaming business is a loss, at least people aren't going to Twitch and clicking off of YouTube. Like, TikTok has never really reached profitability, I don't believe. Yet it has entirely disrupted the entire, like, creator economy. It's like TikTok is the Uber of social media. It came in, it gave us a worse product, and now we are stuck with it. We are stuck with this worst product now. And we can't go back. YouTube's parent company being ruled a monopoly might cause some issues for them, though. Oh yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will. I heard that they may have to stop paying Firefox to be their default search engine. Which might be a little, one, like, the fact that Mozilla Firefox is, like, almost entirely funded by Google is kind of hilarious, given the fact that Google is actively slowing down Firefox users on YouTube who use uBlock Origin. Also, hello Jams, how are you doing? Yeah, they need to bring back net neutrality. Like, this needs to happen. Because YouTube has literally been slowing down. I had to, basically now, I had to turn off uBlock Origin on YouTube, and now I just have a ad auto skip. So the ad technically plays, but it just skips it automatically. So YouTube thinks I watched the ad, I think. I don't know. It's working for me. At least videos are loading now. But, like, that's... You know, back when they were like, yeah, net neutrality, like, they'll slow down your internet if you're not, like, you know, if you use a competitor's site or if you do this or you do that. This is what net neutrality was trying to protect. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then the dude was like, when they were arguing for net neutrality, they're like, nah, they won't do that. They won't do that. They did it. Net neutrality is back in law again. Oh, is it? In the US? Let's see here. It probably hasn't gone into effect. Probably YouTube is doing everything it can to, like, get rid of ad blockers before they are unable to, like, be non-net neutral. Net neutrality law, US. April 25th, 2024, the Commission adopted a declaratory ruling, order, report, and order, and what? Order on reconsideration, restoring net neutrality and bringing back a national standard for broadband reliability, security, and consumer protection. Okay, when's the effective date? Net neutrality is under injunction. The FCC is being sued by an industry group. Of course they are. Something something major questions, doctrine, something something Justice Thomas is a partisan hack. Also, the issue of enforcement. Remember how little COPA did to stop YouTube from posting exploitive kids content? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Establishing an effective date of July 22nd, 2024. Well, we'll see about that. But yeah, I think the reason why Google is going after ad blockers so hard now is because pretty soon the, like, net neutrality probably won't be net neutrality will be going back into effect. So they wouldn't be able to do this afterwards. So might as well try and get as many people off of ad blocker as possible before then. I don't know. I think it's stupid. Like, I'm not gonna pay for YouTube Premium. And I'm not gonna watch ads. So I'm gonna find a way around that. Like, it's just, like, that's just the reality of it. This has gotten pretty heated, huh? I didn't think I would have so much to yap about. So yeah, that was another video idea I had. I guess I do have a lot to yap about these things. I could actually make these into some cool videos. But Floropa, it's $13 to do something you already do for free. Bargain, right? I also had an idea. Oh, come back. I also had the idea of kind of talking about how, like, streaming is like streaming and content creation is an inherently, like, it kind of promotes a very unhealthy lifestyle. I thought that might be fun. Not fun, but like, you know. Let's see, Chronically Online explained, Brain Rot explained. I thought of the Trans Girl's Guide to Existing Online. That, I feel like that one might get me some negative attention, but it might be fun. Scare off all those viewers. Let's see. A video about, like, a video maybe about, like, Google and what they're doing currently. Let's see. Kind of the history of VTubers, thing about the VTuber agencies. I'm open to other things. How to scare off all the viewers. Cartoon reviews. Yeah. Well, I thought about doing anime reviews or like anime content. The problem with that is that like when you're dealing with any Japanese intellectual property, you are at the whim of whatever they're feeling that day. Like there's no security for that, and they could just be like, nope, you can't use that, and all of a sudden you have like an entire chunk of a video you can't use. So like, I don't know, I feel like it might be a little kind of a headache. How about a video where you just lie about shit, then use money from the bad press to fuel your channel? I need a controversy. Well, I mean, I could, if I made the Trans Girl's Guide to Existing Online, I feel like that would definitely get some attention. Is that the type of attention I want? Probably not, no. That's a big reason why I've never wanted to make like trans content. Like, I'm not afraid to talk about it, but like, it promotes some pretty, like, it kind of brings in a pretty wild bunch. Like you saw the other day with the like the Monster Hunter Rise stream the other day where the guy who was just asking the questions. Let's see. Don't scare off all the viewers. Let's make a super fun, happy content instead. Hashtag let's have fun. Hashtag stay positive. That guy was asking questions. And you know what? I wouldn't entertain that, but I was answering the questions. I was playing along. I was answering in good faith. But Floropa, how else will you grow your trans Discord girl harem? You're so right.
Fuck it.
Do you like Kaga's question of the year? Yeah. That one was great. I feel like I answer those questions in like the most unsatisfactory way possible. Like, he would come in like, oh, this is really gonna rile her feathers. And then I was just like, I gave a very plain spoken answer. Be gone, viewers. Happiness doesn't pay the bills, Hado. We need to rule with fear. Why isn't she responding? Might have to look into that. Just asking questions is sure a lovely way to spin venom. Yes, exactly. Fear! That's one thing I don't want to do, is like promote fear or like drama or hate with my videos, because it's so easy to do. It's so easy to play into that, but like I really want to not do that. Eep, no fear, only love. Let's shower Oneson with cute hats and smiles. Hashtag protect Flora. Indeed, indeed. Shadow Slayer, you might try. I thought I fixed her the other day, but one thing one person tried was unfollowing and then refollowing. You could try unsubscribing and then subscribing, see if that fixes her. Or I might just have to go do some more debugging. Because I got the followers working, but it might not be checking for YouTube subscribers now that I think about it. I don't know, there are a lot of there are a lot of things. Are you making all these videos and we're just talking order, or is it literally just one? Oh, I'm making it's different ones. I'm mostly just trying to brainstorm ideas. Once I have an idea and like kind of a basic framework, it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of get into it. But my biggest problem is like coming up with ideas. Let's go over here. Can we sit on the bed? Is this a... Yeah. Unsubbing, resubbing didn't work. Okay, I will have to do some... I'll have to do some debugging. Yeah. Now we're here, sitting on the bed. Cozy Violet. Cozy Violet, indeed. I could lay on the bed. I could lay on my own bed, actually. Okay, let's make this... Yeah. Okay, up like this, and then give me the camera. Give me the camera. There we go. Something kind of like... Yeah. Well, here we are on my bed. Oh my god, hold on. We'll get this. What's up? What's up, chat? Florumptable? How do you even say that? Florumptable? What does that mean? Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Hello everyone. Who's your favorite waifu or husbando? Tell me your love so I can imagine their cute faces. Ruby Hoshino. Oshinoko. She's my favorite. I like Ruby. I'm just gonna get lazier and lazier this stream. Is there a pillow over here? I could. We're gonna get florumptable. Whatever that means. Something like that. Something like that. Hello, chat. Hello. Let's see. Anise Nike is best girl, no question. Agreed, she's very good. Yay, Anise-chan, such a cute choice. What makes her your best girl? Is it the looks or her personality? Definitely her personality. She's really good. Two really great personalities. I'm sorry. Makoto Kusanagi? Wait, who is that? Can you remind me who that is? Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. There we go. The major? I don't know. I like how she's completely nihilistic, but still fights for what she believes, that and boobs. Yeah. Ghost in the Shell. Okay, I knew it was something like that. I just couldn't remember exactly what. Okay, let's... trying to get my chat in the right spot. There we go. This is kind of cool. I'm just gonna get lazier and lazier as the stream goes on. I did a lot of yapping. I did a lot of good yapping tonight. I feel proud of myself. Shower in the sea sounds so refreshing. Let's have fun at the beach with cute hats and save the ocean. I'm old and apparently I kind of want to be a cyborg lady, apparently. Hey, who doesn't have a cyborg lady phase? I mean, you're like... I literally am like as cyborg as I'm going to get right now. I literally have trackers strapped to me. I have like a VR headset on. I feel very cyberpunk. I'm just gonna fall asleep on stream. Y'all don't mind, right? Oh, please, let me grab the camera. Okay. I'm just gonna fall asleep on stream now. What time is it? How long have I been going on? Okay, almost 2 hours. Didn't sleep streams used to be popular? I mean, people on like subathons will like sleep during their stream, and sometimes the sleeping part is more popular than the actual like part where they're awake. 14 hours of Floraviolet soft breathing noises ASMR. New top YouTube video. Really? You just want to hear me soft breathing for 14 hours? Is that it? That's all all this effort I went into with like getting the VTuber model and being in VR and the full body tracking. People just want 14 hours of Floraviolet soft breathing noises ASMR. I want to see if you talk in your sleep, see if you leak any private info. Just listen to my stream long enough, you'll probably hear it. I don't know if you're there, but I literally said my name the other day. It had been too long since I streamed. Thankfully, that's like public knowledge, so I'm not stressing about it, but I was like, oh, it's been too long since I've streamed. Flora. Doxing is the worst among VTubers. Also, Flora occasionally drops her name and location on stream. Well, I mean, like, you know, I existed as a, I was mostly trying to promote, like, my music and art for most of my creative career. So, like, names and faces get out there. I didn't catch it, and I've literally only missed one stream in the past few months. It might have been that one stream. Listen, I'm not your average VTuber. I'm just some bitch. I'm just some bitch. Uh-oh. Okay. This is so comfy. This is my life now. This is how I'm gonna do all my streams from now on. Just laying down like this. But yeah, I think, like, the way I want to define my VTuber brand is, like, kind of a... Let's see. I know you said it sounds a little like Floraviolet, so I'll have to assume it's Floraviolet. How you got it. How did you guess? What was I saying? Yeah, the way I want to, like, I don't want to define my VTuber brand by, like, kind of the traditional VTuber thing, you know? And I feel like the traditional VTuber thing is, like, kind of basing it off of idol culture. And, like, while I think that's cool and all, I don't have a problem with it. It's like, I'm just some white chick from the Midwest. I ain't trying to be like a Japanese idol. I think some of those ideas are, like, a little... At this point, like, it made sense as VTubers were picking up steam, right? You need some kind of, like, cultural touchstone to kind of introduce it to a kind of a mass market. But now I think, like the innovation in the VTuber sphere has gotten, see, I found out Uni's real name the other day when she sent me an email. I was completely surprised her name wasn't actually Jules. Yep. Like, yeah, online I have to, like, juggle so many different names, especially if I know the person IRL, and then, like, sometimes they have a different Discord name, and then their Twitch name, and sometimes they have a different, like, YouTube name and TikTok name. It's just, like, it's something you pick up on over time. But, like, on TikTok, like, people will just, like, change their name every other stream, and it's like, how do you expect me to, like, how do you expect me to, like, remember you? That's one thing I don't like about TikTok, is, like, you can just, like, people just change their names and they're like, you remember me? I'm like, no, I don't remember you. Here. I'm sorry, it's not because you weren't memorable, it's because I literally don't know what your name is. That's why I'm legally named NeoBro2, the third four. You know what they said, if NeoBro was so good, why isn't there a NeoBro second, the third four? That's right, Hatsumi-chan, I do have a Ko-Fi page. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum. I just need like an angel investor. That's what I need. That's how my mom described it. I don't know exactly what an angel investor is, but I know I need one. I just need an investor to like give me a bunch of money to like jumpstart my VTuber career, and then I'm just golden. I'm off to the races, baby. That's what I need. I need a rich benefactor. Is it supposed to be pronounced Ko-Fi like Wi-Fi or Ko-Fi like coffee? I'm just gonna call it Ko-Fi because that's what I'm used to, and I think calling it coffee at this point feels weird. You know, like I've been doing it long enough to where like my brain is already set in stone. So I'm gonna call it Ko-Fi whether it's coffee or not. It's just gonna be another weird little quirk about myself. Ko-Fi like coffee sounds super cute. Let's call it that. Now everyone can support One-san with style. Hashtag kawaii support. That's right, Hatsumi, that's right. I still need to finish that gacha game. It's just... a lot has been happening. Hopefully I'll have some time next week to just kind of finish it up. I think the majority of it is there, I just need to test it. Same way I say... Good night, like Nini, sounds cuter. Good Nini. I like that. Hello, Curtis, how are you doing? I'm usually not this lazy, but laying down just sounded very nice. So now I am laying down. I hope you don't mind. How are you doing today? Speaking of gacha games, did you hear the creators of Snowbreak Containment Zone are making a mecha game? Oh, really? Snowbreak Containment Zone. Have I heard of that one? I might have heard that one. Its gameplay looks fun and includes a very robust avatar creator. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down, my friend. I see. I will have to, I'll have to check that out. Is my face blocked? No, it's fine. Mecha break. Okay. Mecha break. Mecha break. Mecha break. I might be reaching my limit. I might be reaching my limit here. I am literally laying down currently, and it's so nice. It's so nice. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not. I'm very much enjoying the laying down part currently. Set to double Z cups so they clip through the floor. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna get my double Z cups. How big would a Z cup be? How big would that be? Also, how big do bra sizes actually get? Is there an upper limit? We're gonna have to look into this. Someone's gonna have to look into that. Someone's gonna have to go look that up and then come back with the answer to that. Because it surely is not gonna be me currently. That is for sure. Let's see, each letter step is plus 2 inches on the band. So the 18th step would be 48 inches over band size. Oh my goodness. The largest official size is H. 28th step. Never heard of iCup before, so I don't know. I know that UK bra sizes are one bigger than US ones, though. Hit your K. Got it, got it. Y'all know so much about bras. I need to step it up. I need to step up my girl facts. UK sizes and US sizes are differently scaled too. US does more double letters than UK. What does the double letter mean? Does that mean like in between the... Why am I asking y'all? It's a full increment? Okay. Triple D cup? That's too many Ds. Most of us didn't learn about chest sizes from bras. Okay, where are we looking at? 2-hour mark? Alright, we should find someone to... Oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. Can someone go to my computer and find someone to raid, and then raid them, and then end the stream? I'm so lazy. You already look like you're about to fall asleep. Yeah. I've had a long week, okay? I've had a long week. Girl once dared me to guess her bra size. I took one look at her and got it right first try. It's a good thing she was in the mood to ask me that, or she'd have been spooked. Just install TeamViewer and let me in. Yeah, bro, I'll get right on that. I think our triple D is your E, and our E is your F or something. Okay. Well, I will have to do some very thorough research. Right after stream. So, I'll be... Flora, doxing bad. Also, Flora, here's my IP address. Turn off my PC for me. Also, Flora, there are bra sizes bigger than mine, and I don't care. Listen, okay, listen, alright? I didn't get all of my girl facts as a young age, alright? I had to learn all that shit. I didn't get all of the bra sizes down. I'm sorry. I don't think I have /raid privileges. Yeah. How many Twitch viewers do we have now? Okay, let's go full. Can you let me? Will you let me? Will it let me do this? No, it won't. 4. Nah, I'm good. Alright, let's go ahead and end the stream. Thanks y'all for hanging out with me. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I have work. I'm working a double. Yay! Saturday, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Probably not. But maybe. I'll let you know after work. Because I work until 4 that day. And then hopefully we can get back on a stream schedule next week. We should be able to. I don't see any reason why not. And then Fansly stream. Fansly stream is going to happen next week. Wednesday, probably. I don't know. Wednesday seems like as good a time as any. So we will do that. We'll make that happen. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you, yeah, someday. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. I need to go to this stream and then... Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Okay, bye-bye. No! It's an ad! I'm just trying to end stream. I'm just trying to end stream from my damn phone. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.